Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a lap guide for Monza no Chicane with the 2013 Dodge Viper GTS. Be aware that for this daily race A, this is a tuning race, so your car must be at least 2,866 pounds. It must have 443 horsepower or less. Use sports soft tires. It must be a road car. It cannot have nitrous, and it needs to be a front engine rear-wheel drive car. So I'll show you what I did in GT Auto and then show you my tune, and then I'll show you the lap guide. So first things first, go to GT Auto, get a wide body modification for the 2013 Viper, then get aftermarket wheels. It needs to be a different size from the standard size, wide rim width, wide offset. Then go ahead and get a front bumper. I'm using the Type B front bumper. I'm using a side skirt replacement, so the Type A side skirt. Then get the Type A rear bumper, a custom wing set, and it can be low, medium, or high. It just needs to be a custom wing set. And make sure you get the roll cage Type A, B, or C from the racing items category. Alright, so on to the tune. Please feel free to pause the video to take screenshots if necessary. So here is a tune that I'm using. Be aware that I have the body rigidity upgrade on. I also have weight stage 1, 2, and 3, and then I add the ballast shortly after. Here is the other side of the tuning sheet. In terms of the downforce, I went for a high downforce setup. So I lose a bit of speed on the main straight, but I can go through turn 1 flat out without an issue. I would suggest changing the rear downforce, so bringing that level up in case the car feels a bit too loose through turn 1. I didn't change too much of the transmission setup. I only changed the 6th gear. But other than that, I didn't want to change too many things. I felt like the Viper was already kind of in a good spot, so I tried to make smaller changes to the overall tune. So let's go ahead and get started with the lap guide. So as I mentioned earlier, this car has a lot of downforce, so it is going to be a bit slower on the main straight. But after that, that's where the car is going to come to life because of all that good old downforce. So let's go ahead and go through turn 1 flat out. Turning in at the 50-meter board, you want to be a little careful with your turn in so you don't cause the car to slide around too much. There we go, just taking turn 1 flat out, no problem right there. Then brake just after you pass the 200-meter board. So around 180 meters, that's where you want to start to brake as much as you can in a straight line. Go down to 3rd gear, turn in where the curb on the right starts, and just take advantage of the curves. Don't touch too much of the yellow curbs, and just be really careful with your throttle input. Then brake just before you pass the 50-meter board. Full braking power for a very short moment. Then ease off of the brakes as you're turning in, so doing a lot of trail braking, being nice and gentle on the throttle so the car doesn't act up too much, just as you saw right now. Brake before the 50-meter board, so a little earlier than the last turn, taking advantage of the curves, trying to get the car pointing towards the next section of the track, and then get on the throttle. For this car, you want to rev the absolute heck out of it, so using every single rev that this car has. Brake before you pass the path that is on the right, so full braking power. Go down to 3rd gear, turning in at the 50-meter board, taking advantage of the curves. You can shift up to 4th gear for a bit more control of the car, but you still want to be really careful with your throttle input as the car can get a little sketchy through here. Just being really careful when you're getting on the curves. Get the car pointed towards the next section of the track and fully accelerate. Finally, bring yourself towards the left side of the track and brake before the 100-meter board. So right around here, full braking power for a while. Turning in after the 50-meter board. Stay all the way to the right side of the track, just gradually getting on the throttle, making sure that the car doesn't start to step out too much, and gradually go at full throttle towards the start finish line. And that is it for the lap guide, getting a 141.7, so this time was number 3 in the world at the time of recording this video. We'll see how good this time is as the week goes on. Hopefully it's a good time, but that's going to be it for this video. So hopefully this guide and tune helps you out a bit, and if you like this video, you can press the like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I do have a membership program thing that you can check out down below if you want to further support this channel. But this is Mr. MCA. Have a good week, and I'll see you in the next video.